Hello folks, Zula speaking here, and you're watching Let's Play Mega Man X Part 3. In the last parts of the video, we took out two more bosses, Flame Mammoth and Spark Mandrill, so now let's go on to the next boss, and we're going to take on Armored Armadillo. Armored Armadillo is weak to the weapon that we just got from Spark Mandrill, so it's a natural stage to go through. This is a mine stage. You ride a lot of mine carts, like right here. There's one right at the beginning. This is kind of a neat level because you can go really fast by riding on these carts. And there's a lot of other interesting stuff in here, as you'll see we go through. So lots of these bats too that you see. And right down here, there's a guy who's going to chase you, and the idea is you're supposed to run in front of him and have to get out of the way, but the smart thing to do is to just go right back up that wall and shoot him from behind. And the flamethrower works best because it does so much damage in a short range, so I like to switch over to the flamethrower. Then we go back and there's another sub-tank back there, so now we can start filling that up. And with all the bats in this level, we should be able to fill it up pretty fast because they like to the bats drop the big power things. That little area there, you need to have the helmet to break it, but of course I got the helmet a while back in Storm Eagle stage. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going through the stage, shooting bats, killing the little helmet dudes. And they continue dropping a lot of power, as you see. Right here, I know that guy's coming, so I shoot the area where he's going to appear, dodge around him, shoot the bats, dodge around another one of those spiky guys. And yeah, you know, here we go, shooting the helmet guy. When he finally pops up sooner or later. More bats, and here comes another minecart to ride. So this is a pretty big stage, but if you keep riding the carts, you know, it goes by pretty quickly. I'm just holding up here, waiting for enemies to come, nobody challenging me, and if you jump right at the right point, you get thrown forward. Here, I'm going to use my charged up fire shot, and when you use that, it creates this rolling wave of flame on the ground, which torches up the guy that tries to kill you instantly. Here, you see the life tank. You have to kill the guy that is chewing up the ground. If you don't kill him quickly enough, then he'll break the rocks and you won't be able to get that life tank, so that's why we use fire shot there. And here, there's all these birds for some reason flying through the mine shaft, and the game slows down because there's too much action on screen, and I'm gonna shoot them and go through. Right up there is where the secret Hadoken capsule is that you can get late in the game. I'm not going to get it in this variant because you have to die like 5 times to pick it up, but that is where it's located. Unlike the other bosses, I am going to shoot this guy one time with the spark weapon because it knocks off his armor, and otherwise he's almost impossible to beat with the normal shot. So let's hit him once and shock off his armor, and now we'll go back to regular shot and take him on that way. As you can see, Armored Armadillo does really two different things. He shoots you with these little shots out of his helmet, and he also likes to roll up in a ball. I mean, come on, try something else. You're never going to hit me as long as you're just doing that. Alright, so now he's going to go back up to a ball, but I can shoot him out of it with my shot, and there I meant to dash in the other direction, but I went right up in his face. So come on, are you gonna dash around again? Alright. I'll shoot you down. Oh, did it again. Now I'm going to shoot him, and I'm going to charge up for the last hit, and oh, right underneath his shot. That is a lot of fun to do. You can dodge over them, or you can dash underneath them. So yeah, once again, didn't get hit against that boss. It wasn't too difficult. And with that, we'll go on to the next stage. Pretty easy stuff. Didn't take all that long. The weapon that you get from Armored Armadillo is a shield. You can see it says you get rolling shield. Not sure why you turn pink though. And yeah, it creates this little shield that rolls around on the ground. More significantly, if you charge up the shield weapon with improved cannon that Mega Man X got a little bit earlier, then you can create this shield that surrounds yourself and protects you, and you'll see me use that in some of the other stages later on. In the meantime, we're going to go on to the water level, Launch Octopus's level. I think it's like a requirement that you must have a water level in every game. This isn't one of my favorite stages, but there is some interesting stuff in it. I'm going to use the flamethrower there against that particular turtle guy, and might as well use it there because underwater, as you might guess, the flamethrower is useless and doesn't do anything. Here, these seahorse type enemies pop up from the ground, and I've never been able to dodge them, so I get hit there. This is a little mini boss. He shoots out these little spear things at you, and the other thing he does is tries to pull you toward him. I'm just going to keep shooting him as fast as I can. Not too much else to do. You saw me blast off the little periscope at the top right at the beginning. That doesn't do anything, but I always thought it was fun, so might as well blow it up as long as we're here. These fish suck you up. They don't do any damage, they just suck you up, so A little weird. And now here we fight another one of these little sub mini bosses, but this one's more dangerous because you can see there's spikes and he'll try to pull you into the spikes. The trick here is you don't want to dash. If you just jump normally without dashing, you'll be fine. If you start dashing, then you actually have a better chance of getting pulled into those spikes. Anyway, so took out the second one pretty easily. Got an extra life, got some power. You can actually ride up that pillar of water back there, the first one, and there's some power up there, but I didn't need it. Now here's another ship, I guess it's another little mini boss, and you can kill it by shooting that blue crystal, or you can just switch over to Tornado and kill it in one hit. So I did that. And the ship's going down, all these little missiles are floating around. Quick, get out of there, get out of there! It actually doesn't hurt you. But anyway, we've opened up an extra little area down here with some more goodies in it. And here comes a little boss. Now you can kill this electric snake type guy in one hit, usually, if you use the tornado again, but I've always found it to be more interesting just to blast the guy. So if you shoot really fast, like I'm doing right now, you can kill him quite quickly. And so, there he goes. Kind of gruesome in a way that his head flies off when you kill him. If this game was intended for kids, it makes you wonder what they're thinking. But there's the life tank for this level. So now, my power bar, you'll notice when I switch over to another weapon, which I'm not sure I do in the rest of this level. When I switch over to a weapon, you'll see that my energy is now the same height as the weapon power that I have. So we're getting close to a full life bar. Still a couple more life tanks to go yet, because I haven't played all the stages. Now here's another one of these electric snake guys. And once again, we just kill him the same way, get behind him and start shooting him in the back of the head. That's kind of a nasty, violent thing to say, but yeah, that is how you kill this guy. You can also shoot him in the tail. He'll take damage there as well. But you know, as long as he's going up, it's more useful to shoot him in the head. So yeah, once again, the head flies off and he explodes, and now we can move on. We've got a couple more little fish guys that eat you, although they die in one hit if you hit them with a full charged up pink shot. And here we are, we're on the boss, Launch Octopus. He is weak against Armored Armadillo's weapon, so he's weak against the shield. But once again, I'm going to refrain from using that because I'm confident that I can beat him with just a normal shot, as long as I have a full life bar. He says, "You are going down." I always like that little animation. Okay, so what he does is he'll shoot lots and lots of missiles at you, and they can be hard to dodge sometimes. The other thing that he'll do, which is much easier, is he'll do that. He will try to suck you up, and if he grabs you with that attack, he will drain away life from you and actually add it back to his life bar, so you don't want to get hit by that. But it's really easy to dodge, just dash in the other direction. Yeah, so not too much to it. Don't get sucked up, and when he shoots missiles at you, try to blow them up. See, like right here, as long as I stand at about half the screen away from him, I'll be able to blow up the missiles that go high will go over top of me, and the missiles that go low, I'll be underneath them. Here I probably shouldn't be standing right next to him slugging it out, but I was way ahead in the fight, so I just kept shooting him until I killed him. And that was that for Launch Octopus. You can see he still has a higher life bar than me, but it's a lot closer than it was earlier in the game. Yeah, it can be really tough when you first start this game when your life bar is like 1/3 the size of the robot masters, the bosses, but you know, you do what you have to do. Alright, on to his weapon. This one is Homing Torpedo. Just as it says, it's a missile that when you shoot it, it locks on enemies, so it has a lot of uses that way. You can hit enemies in out-of-the-way places. We're going to keep moving on and go to the next stage, Boomer Kuwanger's stage. I'm not exactly sure what a Kuwanger is supposed to be. I think it might be an Australian term or slang term of some kind, but I don't really know what that word means. Maybe I should look it up. I think that this is probably the toughest out of all of the initial 8 stages, just because it's a vertical stage and there's a lot of tricky parts to get through. It's one reason why I always found it more useful to leave this stage until one of the last ones. You saw me shoot down the ball and chain guy there with a pink shot. It's a lot tougher if you don't have the arm cannon upgrade for that. Here, if you trip the lasers, they will shoot at you. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that. And right here, you'll see I tripped the little red wire, and so a laser shoots at me. Now we've got more of the turtle guys, so you know what I'm going to use against them. I'm going to use the flamethrower and just burn them to pieces. And they always go down in mere seconds once you turn on that little cannon of flame. For this next part, it's another vertical section, vertical scrolling upwards, and I'm going to turn on the shield. I have to charge up and use the full power shield. So you'll notice these flying guys come in, but they can't break the shield, so as soon as they touch me, they just die instantly. Makes it awful easy. All you have to do is avoid the spikes. You will just take damage if you hit the ones on the side, but if you hit the ones that are coming down from the ceiling, they will one-hit kill you there. Alright, now we keep moving forward, and here there are little gun guys, little turrets, and little creepy crawlies on the ladders, but once again, they can't break the shield. They won't drop power or energy, so you don't get anything from killing them, but they'll never be able to break that shield, so it's really the perfect weapon here. Just walk into the enemies, they can't even hurt you, and just keep climbing up. I don't know when I discovered this, I don't know how many years ago, but at some point in time I learned this when I was just playing the game, and I was like, oh, you know what? The shield not only works in that area back when the climbing section, but it works really well here too. Alright, but it's not enough to kill that guy, the little turret guy. Now you saw the life tank there, off to the right, and the way that you're supposed to get this is to use Boomer Kuwanger's weapon, that is to come back to the stage again, and you get a boomerang for killing him, and you know the idea is you're supposed to lasso it with the boomerang. But instead, you can use the ice weapon from Show Penguin. If you charge it up, it turns into this little ice sled, and if you time your jump just right, you can jump off and up and around, and just like that, you get the life tank. So now my overall energy is a little bit higher than the weapon energy bar, and of course we still got one more life tank to go because we've got one level left. Anyway, now there's another vertical climbing section, and for some reason, I'm screwing up the platforming here. I'm not doing it well. Alright, let's get up this thing, and, okay, there we go. Oops, alright. Gotta take out this guy, and look, there's two guys up in front of me, so what can I do? I don't want to climb right into these guys. Well, we can charge up the tornado, and it shoots vertically. Yeah, so that's one of the other uses of Storm Eagle's weapon. If you charge it up, then you can fire it vertically, and it's actually more useful that way normally. Alright, just got one last gun to get through, but unfortunately I get shot twice, so not the greatest performance there. But that does take us up to the boss. Now, Boomer Kuwanger is weak against the weapon that I just got from Launch Octopus, so if you want to beat him with the weapon, you use the missiles, which are useful because he moves so freaking fast. He sort of morphs around the screen, moving super fast, but the missiles will just lock onto him and hit him. As far as his attacks, he just like disappears and morphs around the room super fast, and then he'll also throw his boomerang at you. He's not the most difficult boss. I mean, there you saw me shoot him, and the recoil actually knocked him back into me. I'm not sure. Yeah, there it happened again. Not sure that would happen physically. I'm not sure that the laws of physics would have that happen, but whatever. It's a game. Who cares? You can see now that I've got all this energy, it's just not that tough to beat the Robot Masters now that I have the same amount of energy on the life bar. That was a sloppy battle at the end. I just wanted to get it over with. So yeah, beat him. He's on top of me as he explodes. You'd think that would hurt Megaman X, but apparently not. Apparently he's okay. And now we'll be off to do the next level. Let's see what we got here. I mentioned that you get the boomerang weapon, so let's see it in action. Megaman, you got Boomerang Cutter. And yeah, it's the same thing that he throws at you in the boss battle, little boomerang. And of course you can use it to lasso items. So let's go do that. There's one thing I was missing in Spark Mandrill's stage. There's another sub-tank in here. I think that this is the last sub-tank. I think that I already have 3 and that this is the fourth and final one. So let's go get it. Unlike the Mega Man games for the NES, where you could have up to 9 energy tanks, actually in Mega Man 3, I think you could have up to like 15. I don't think there's any limit. But in this game, you can only have 4 sub-tanks, and there it is, so now we've got it. Anyway, that ends this video, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll pick back up next time, part 4.